Welcome to Inside Gaming. I'm Brian. It's the weekend roundup. Rockstar had a big announcement this week. No, it's not Bully 2. Stop getting your hopes up. Yeah, I'm sorry. They're launching. No, this is way better. They're launching their own launcher and storefront.
Why?
Yes, Rockstar is joining the many publishers who have their own launchers, including EA, Activision Blizzard, Bethesda, Ubisoft, and of course Epic Games. And sometimes those launchers mean that the PC versions get moved off other storefronts completely, like in the case of Activision Blizzard. Or if you're Epic, you launch a whole new store that locks games into exclusive deals and pisses off people who are expecting it on Steam because sometimes they were promised that. So yeah, like streaming services, it seems like everybody now just wants their own little piece of the launcher pie, because when you sell a game directly, you can dodge the revenue splits that you get from a storefront like Steam or Epic Games, even though it means the rest of us have to install yet another launcher on our desktop. Then we all go crazy looking at the clutter. Maybe that's just me. I don't know. I hate a cluttered desktop. It just drives me crazy. On the bright side though, if you install Rockstar's launcher on PC, you get GT San Andreas, GT. On the bright side though, if you install the launcher on PC, you get GTA San Andreas free for a limited time, so that's good. That was a good game. You can also buy, of course you can buy 7 games currently, including LA Noire, GTA 3, GTA 5, Bully, and Max Payne 3. It also supports cloud save, so hey, that's something. GamesIndustry.biz contacted Rockstar and asked whether or not this new launcher would affect the availability of their games on other PC storefronts, and they said, no comment. Which is foreboding, maybe? I don't know. On the bright side, a lot of people are taking this news as a possible clue that a PC version of Red Dead Redemption 2 is incoming. Fingers crossed on that one. That's definitely gonna happen, right? They're gonna put that on PC.
You don't launch your own PC storefront and then go, oh, but hey guys, it's gonna be another year before Red Dead comes to PC.
Yeah, it's coming. Yeah. But so that's a little bit of good news. Yeah. But you gotta have the launcher now to do it.
It's just another one.
I know.
I'm okay with it.
Are you?
I mean, I would have preferred different news from Rockstar, but I'll take this.
I just like things streamlined, and but whatever. It's the way of the world now. We're gonna have to buy like 10 different new streaming services this year.
Exactly.
So whatever. All right, moving on. Death Stranding isn't even out yet, but sequels are already being discussed. Director Hideo Kojima has talked about the game possibly being the creation of a new genre that he calls Strand games, and that more games might be needed just to kind of flesh it out. He told GameStop that the concepts in the game are new and that one game might not be enough to give this new genre the permanence he wants the game to have. The whole carrying a fetus around in a pouch genre? Is that the one? Let's see how the first game does, dude. I'm gonna get it though. It's out November 8th for the PlayStation 4. Gears 5 broke records when it released earlier this month. It drew more than 3 million players over its opening weekend. That is the biggest launch of any Xbox Game Studios release this generation. It's more than twice that of Gears 4, and it's the most played Xbox Game Studios title in its first week since Halo 4 way back in 2012. Although, isn't saying something is the biggest Xbox One exclusive ever kind of like saying you're the valedictorian of summer school? I'm just saying.
Boom! Got him!
Boom, boom, boom! All right, full disclosure, our IG coworker Alana was a voice actor in the game, but they didn't hire me, so I don't give a shit. So, just saying. Cheaters getting banned is nothing new in video games, but Dota 2 is cracking down in a big way. Now, cheaters and people who buy and sell accounts, or generally just dickheads, are getting 19-year bans. After an update to the ranked matchmaking, the game now punishes smurfing. Oh, I used to love smurfing. Various kinds of abuse and people with low behavior scores. In fairness though, these are the worst of the worst of the worst. So we're talking about sort of a fraction of a percent here. In a post about the new update, they wrote, in terms of our development focus moving forward, we are spending more of our time than usual focusing on matchmaking quality. We believe that is the right call given how much opportunity there is to make the day-to-day experience better for all players. So even if you're a 15-year-old being a punk in the game, that means you can't come back until you're 34, at which point you probably got kids, a mortgage, your reflexes are gonna be so slow now that the new crop of teens will troll you until you quit. kind of like the system, to be honest. But MOBAs are legendary for having like awful players, but you got to work together, and like that's always going to invite some sort of abuse because like somebody's going to feel like somebody else is like holding up the team.
Right, and usually that's the person who's holding up the team.
Probably,
like playing Overwatch, it's always the dude who thinks he's like a pro level Genji,
Yep.
and you're like, hey, no, you really suck at this. Like, it's not, you're not dying because the healers aren't healing you. You're dying because you're going into bad situations.
I don't play a lot of those team-based games, but like I play a lot of Hearthstone, and if you get a friend invite at the end of a match, they're always going to yell and curse
they
at
just
you.
want to say racist things to you?
Totally, yeah. Or I was playing StarCraft 2, and I beat this guy, and at the end, he just goes, well, I guess I'm trash now.
Oh.
Yeah. It hurt a little bit. All right, speaking of teens, at the recent Tokyo Game Show, a junior high student known as Yua came in first place at a tournament. He won the equivalent of more than $46,000. Cool, right? He didn't get to keep any of it. That's because in Japan, players between 13 and 15 can't receive any prize money. He just got a trophy, a headset, some chocolate almonds, an energy drink. I feel bad for him, but he was like the best Puzzles and Dragons player at that tournament, and like he gets nothing.
And he's not the only one.
Yeah.
Also at the Tokyo Game Show, a gentleman by the name of Yasuke Momochi.
Okay.
He won the Street Fighter V tournament.
Oh, nice.
Same deal. And the reason why is because Japan has this. It was recent, an esports license that you have to get.
Yeah, like a pro gamer license. Yeah.
And if you're between the ages of 13 and 15, you can't win any money. So they have to give you other things. Momochi actually has been somebody who's come out and spoken very, very much against this. But yeah, I mean, that sucks when you're like the best in the world. They're like, cool, here's some chocolate almonds.
Yeah, what the kid needs to do, just keep those skills up. Keep his Puzzles and Dragons skills up until he's like 16. And then he can rake it in.
Yeah,
get your college money then. Yeah. All right, time for a 5-second review.
Brian, WoW Classic.
Oh yeah, it's good. All right, let's keep going. It's time to talk about some games coming out next week. Up first, porting to the Switch, it's Dead by Daylight. The asymmetric multiplayer horror game has been out for a while on other platforms, but now you can play it on the go. For those of you who may have somehow missed this one, 4 survivors are trying to activate generators to eventually activate escape paths, all the while trying to avoid a bloodthirsty killer. As we said, it's coming to the Switch September 24th. The Surge 2 is a third-person action RPG that will have you exploring the sprawling and devastated Jericho City. You'll battle against ferocious threats in raw, brutal combat, and once you break the walls down of their defenses, I see where we're going with this. You can tear their limbs off of your defeated enemies to steal their equipment. The developers call it a Souls-like game. So maybe if you like that style, add this one to the list. I'm sure the devs will be having a little bit of the bubbly when it releases for PC, PS4, and Xbox One on September 24th. How many Chris Jericho mentions did you forcibly put in there, Aaron?
Only 4. I wanted to do 1,000 more, but I just couldn't get them to hold.
Wrestling marks. Moving on, this next game is called Cat Quest 2: The Lupus Empire. I think it's best we just read the Steam description on this one. Cat Quest 2 is a 2D open-world action RPG set in a fantasy realm of cats and dogs. They got those in the regular realm too. Under threat from a continuing war between the cats of Felongard and the advancing dogs of the Lupus Empire. Do they give you lupus if they bite you? Is that what happens? Cat Quest 2 tells the tale of 2 kings brought together against their will on a journey of possum discovery to reclaim their thrones. God, I hate puns. Play as both a cat and dog as you explore their kingdom solo or with a friend. Quest in a world filled with magic, curious monsters, and go on a cat venture like never before. It's coming out on PC September 24th. Northgard is a strategy game based on Norse mythology. In it, you control a clan of Vikings vying for control of a mysterious new land full of mystery, danger, and riches. Battle dire wolves and undead warriors, befriend or defeat the giants, write history through conquest, trading, or devotion to the gods. It's been out on PC for about a year and a half, but it's coming to the PS4 and Xbox One and the Switch September 26th. Contra is back. In Contra Rogue Core, you'll choose from a group of scoundrels that must save the world from aliens. or at the very least get rich trying. Of course, you can expect action-packed battles, gigantic bosses, and both local and online co-op play for up to 4 players. There's also customizable gear, character progression via bionic body parts, and weapon development. It's coming out on PC, PS4, Xbox One, and Switch September 26th. This next part of the script says, "Hey Brian, talk about Dragon Quest XI's Echoes of an Elusive Age Definitive Edition and how it and Dragon Quest II and the original Dragon Quest and Dragon Quest III are all coming to the Switch September 27th. Okay, so Dragon Quest XI, it's the S version, it's like the definitive. I think there's some extra stuff in there. There's also a 16-bit version that you can play. Y'all know I'm just a Dragon Quest fan, so 11's worth it if you like just a standard traditional JRPG. Of the old ones, 1, 2, and 3 that are coming to the Switch, 1 and 2 you can probably skip, to be honest. 3 though, it is a classic, definitely worth playing. You can play them out of order. 1, 2, and 3 are related, but 3 is a prequel, so that's fine, you can enjoy that. 11 is a standalone, very good. It was one of my games of the year last year. Again, just sort of a very traditional, grindy JRPG. 11's not that grindy, 3 definitely is. Up next, are you ready for some football? Again, we're not talking about the NFL, we're talking about FIFA 20. Of course, FIFA is one of the most popular franchises in gaming, and FIFA 20 will probably continue to be a massive seller for EA. This year's iteration boasts being able to take control in those decisive moments with user-controlled mechanics like composed finishing, controlled tackling, and flopping your ass off, I assume, for the ref to draw a penalty. The game also has new ball physics and an improved AI, and all new and improved loot boxes. Of course, EA's checkbook, aka Ultimate Team, is still in there, now with a redefined objective system to help players earn extra XP and progress faster. It's coming out for PC via the Origin Store, as well as PS4, Xbox One, and Switch, September 27th. Code Vein is an action RPG from Bandai Namco. You'll team up with an AI partner or a friend, if you have friends, and venture into a world of destruction. Together, use your combined strength to coordinate your attack and defend each other as you battle powerful enemies. As with most action RPGs, you'll acquire new gear, you'll level up, you'll enhance your character's abilities with power blood code enhancements. You'll also finish off your opponents with your blood veil. That was the name of my Iron Maiden cover band in college. Fun Gar fact. You can pick this up on PC, PS4, and Xbox One September 27th. Up next is a game that calls it a batshit crazy space shooter. It's Freedom Finger. Freedom Finger is a music-driven, side-scrolling, cartoony shooter where you pilot a spaceship that looks like a flying hand. And because you're flying a hand, you'll use your fingers to blast enemies. Can you give them the shocker? Your fist can punch them, or you can grab enemies to use them as a shield, or use their weapons against your foes. Yeah, that sounds like fun. The cast includes folks like Nolan North, who of course is in everything, and Critical Role's Sam Riegel.
It's Regal.
Oh, okay, Regal. I'm sorry, Critical Role fans, do not spam me. It's coming out September 27th for PC and Switch. And finally, porting over to the Switch, really great game, Ori and the Blind Forest Definitive Edition. In this beautiful platformer, the forest of Nibel is dying, and after a powerful storm sets a series of devastating events in motion, Ori must find the courage to save the forest from a dark nemesis. The story, it's amazing. It's one, if you haven't played it yet, you absolutely should. It's recommended by us at Inside Gaming's. Ori and the Blind Forest. Did I say Inside Gaming's? Plural? There's multiple now, we're franchising. Ori and the Blind Forest Definitive Edition is coming to the Switch September 27th. That is all the news we've got for you this week. Hope you guys are having a great weekend. Hope you have a great weekend, Aaron.
Oh, Brian, I hope you have a great weekend.
Man, we love you guys, bye.
That's it, we do a dance now. So it's no secret that E3 isn't what it used to be.
Yeah, attendance was down this year. Sony completely skipped the event, and they leaked the personal info of thousands of journalists covering the event.
Hey, ASA, Special Inside Gaming, you. Not only did you leak the information of a lot of people who work here, one of them had the audacity to be female, and that was just awful for her. Anyway, it took Keanu Reeves, who can save everything, to basically